Hello there, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the news desk of NTA Channel 5 Abuja at 1. My name is Tessie Omiri. We begin on education notes. Under the COVID-19 guidelines, schools at the primary and secondary levels in the FCT have opened their gates for students to resume for the second term 2021-2022 academic session. Hadiza Godwin Ebony visited some schools in the FCT to ascertain the level of COVID-19 protocol compliance.
Under strict COVID-19 protocols, schools in the FCT resumed for a new academic session. Both teachers, students and parents were checked before gaining entrance into the school premises. NTA crew were not spared in these routine checks in all schools visited.
We are briefing the teachers. Social distance is being observed, and you see our children with face masks.
There's a teacher at all points when they're coming to make the work easier for them.
They put their face mask, it's compulsory, it's a must. So everything will be everything for the COVID-19 or NCDC protocol is being observed in this school.
To ensure compliance to COVID-19 protocols, safeguard students and enhance learning in a safe environment, schools have made provisions for more classrooms to ensure social distancing among students.
I believe we actually can observe all safety measures and keep ourselves safe and at the same time learn. There are hand washing equipment at very strategic places in the school.
It is something that has just come into place, so we have to adopt, we have to adjust to it, because we have to take necessary care so that we will not be involved in any harm that will come to us.
They will separate us social distancing because of the COVID-19.
When we enter, they check our body temperature, then we wash our hands and sanitize it.
Authorities say everyone will be carried along to ensure a coronavirus-free learning environment. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
And after the announcement of school resumption by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 and the federal government, there has been reaction and concern raised by parents and students about the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic, though the joy of resumption of schools on the 18th of January is overwhelming. Warfare was on the street to get the pulse of students and parents.
The anticipation of school resumption on the 18th of January 2021 gives hope to students and parents after a long stay away from school.
The resumption date on the 18th is very important, and for me, I think it can help a lot.
I'm very happy schools are resuming because at least I can graduate this year. And my concern for the whole thing is that maybe the cases may increase. There may be a lot of cases that will arise as to students mingling around because they've not seen each other for a long time.
My major concern is the school should resume, and everything they should follow the PTF protocol.
Like the other time they asked them to resume, they take precaution. All their bags are full of hand sanitizer, and they have face masks.
Though efforts to speak with some teachers proved abortive, however, people are optimistic that the second wave of COVID-19 will soon be a thing of the past if all safety guidelines are adhered to. Wafa Ibo, NTA News.
Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) as at 17th January 2021 indicates 54 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, making the total number of confirmed cases to be 14,598, while active cases stands at 3,794, and the number of discharged cases in the territory now stands 10,686, and sadly, 118 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Now, the Police Service Commission is a government agency saddled with the responsibility of recruitment, promotions and dismissals. As at one time, several reforms are ongoing in the Nigerian police force. Sefia Noma Uche looks at how the commission has fared lately.
The Police Service Commission plays a major role in the life of every police officer in Nigeria. Lately, the Commission promoted and dismissed many of its officers to ensure that the police operates within the law.
As regards the promotion, which everyone seems to be interested in, certainly if you are working, you want to be rewarded. I don't usually regard promotion as reward. I always tell every officer it is your right. So if you have no pending disciplinary matter against you, you have no query, there is nothing that stops you from getting your promotion by the time you are due. Then that an officer is due is also dependent on several factors, and one of them is vacancies for the rank you are going to, and the second one is that you would have attended the necessary courses that will enable you move to the next rank if you are an officer. And that is that. Besides that, there are certain other things that you must meet. If you have attended those courses, have you filled the necessary appraisal forms? If you've done that and you are found to be fit, there's nothing stopping you from moving. There are so many infractions that police officers can commit. So many infractions. If you commit a criminal offense, for instance, we can dismiss and recommend for your prosecution by the regular courts. The important is that all the regulations are there. From the day a police officer joined the service, is given the regulations in the force.
Austin Agome Brimo, a commissioner at the commission, however, appeals to government to empower the commission more to carry out its mandate.
Commission deserves good vote. The commission deserves expansion.
The promotion, no doubt, came as a motivation to many officers. This will spur them to be more dedicated in their duties. Safia Noma Uche, NTA News.
And the people of New Karshi community in Nasarawa State are basking in the euphoria of a new dawn with the completion and handing over of a 13-kilometer ecological road project, where President Muhammadu Buhari's led administration was commended for delivering people's-oriented projects. Our correspondent reports that Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, and Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdullahi Sli, reiterated commitments to affect communities across the country.
This rousy welcome by the people of Tudunwada, New Karshi of Nasarawa State was in appreciation of the life-touching project from the federal government. The inauguration of the 13-kilometer road project, among others, attracted officials of the federal and Nasarawa state government. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, while inaugurating the project, said President Muhammadu Buhari remained focused in addressing the huge ecological challenges in the country.
If we can sustain this road in terms of easing traffic flow in and out of Abuja.
Nasarawa State Governor was highly appreciative of the project, reiterating the state's willingness to always partner the federal government in meeting the needs of its populace.
For all the support Nasarawa State continues to receive in all areas of security, development, the love we continue to receive both from Mr. President and the Vice President, and especially my dear brother, the SGF, the support we continue to receive from you, only God Almighty will combat you.
Permanent Secretary, Ecological Fund Office Habib Lawal, as well as the FCT Minister, enjoined the people to fully utilize the project.
The timely completion of this project has been made possible through the efforts of the contractor and the consultant, who have worked assiduously to...
The joy of the people knew no bounds, as the road will put an end to numerous lives lost, according to Sarkin Karshi, who also commended indigenous contractors for their prompt execution of the project.
There is one thing I would like to comment about this administration. They don't come to do work because they know you. They do it because they feel it's their duty to do it.
Similarly, construction of reinforced concrete drains and land reclamation project in Suleja, Niger State, was also handed over to the community in Kwamba by Ecological Fund Office. Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Ecology, Honorable Abdullahi Mahmudu, inaugurated and handed over the project on behalf of the President. Both communities received their certificates of the project completion with a promise to maintain the project for the benefit of all. In Abuja.
You're watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. The news continues in just a moment.
Please cover your mouth with your bent elbow like this.
Auntie, cover my mouth for what? Corona don't go from Nigeria. I beg, Auntie, go disturb my life.
No. Coronavirus pandemic is not over. Don't relent in observing safety protocols and good hygiene. Frequent hand washing with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Practice good respiratory etiquette, including covering your coughs and sneezes. Avoid close contact with a sick person. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask when around others. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces.
You are absolutely right. Coronavirus is still with us.
Please, and remember, coronavirus pandemic is not over. Protect yourself and others to stay safe.
This message is brought to you by NTA Channel 5, Abuja, the Unity Station.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Now, due to the fact that there is increase on security threats, government has placed a ban on scavengers in the FCT ever before now. Yet, this group of people continue to carry out this activity in the name of searching for daily bread. In this report, Safia Noma Uchi captured some of their activities in Gwarimpa area of the FCT.
Scavenging is the act of searching through the waste bin for food or useful things. That is what defines scavengers, popularly called Babambola. They move around with sacks that will contain whatever they pick from the dustbin. For 19-year-old Sadiq Abdullahi, he is into an honest venture that enables him to go home with 2,000 or more every day. For everything that has advantages, there are disadvantages. Scavenging, to majority of house owners, is tagged dangerous due to activities of some of those scavengers who steal useful items.
Early hours of the day, they attack people that want to jog, to do exercise in the early hours of the day. If they see you at anyhow, they will pick it. So their activities is bad.
This is encroaching on our privacy. The issue is the security risk is scary. Why? Because by the time you have your dirt gathered in your dustbin outside, they come and scatter everything, looking for things only God knows. And they can also be watching your house, checking on the things. If there's nobody around, they can also be bandits. They could also be armed robbers that could come and attack your house while they are trying to search for things in the dustbin.
It is true that government has banned the activities of scavengers over and over again without putting a drastic measure to see to effectiveness of the ban. Residents are, however, appealing to the government to take a major step in providing 2 waste bins for every apartment, one meant for recycling items, the other for debt, and get persons like Sadiq back to school. Safia Noma Uchi, NTA News.
Now, the frequent increase of some food items in the market is becoming alarming, especially to some families. Odiri Ogboru Orutere went round in one of the markets in Abuja metropolis and brings back this report.
These vehicles are all heading to the market to shop for the weekend. Let's see how the shopping goes.
The incessant increase in food commodities is becoming worrisome to many. As amudu of gari, which was sold for 250 naira, 300 naira, depending on the quality, is now 400 naira. Beans, which was sold 400 naira before the Yuletide, is now 600 naira per mudu. Rice is still expensive at the market.
I'm even surprised. I said this January that there is no money, that we're supposed to get things cheap. They say it's because of how they are buying them, that because of fuel, everything adds money. So, but there's nothing we can do. One have to eat.
No, people know they too patronize us now. So that 400, not everybody can afford it now.
Everything now has increased. Things are so difficult that many people now, they decided not to come to the market, pending the road markets close to the houses, so they don't come to the market to buy things again.
Basket of tomatoes is now 1,000 naira against 3,500 naira in December. Fresh pepper, which was sold for 2,500 naira, now goes for 800 naira. A basket of onion is 1,000 naira, while a mudu of crayfish still goes for 1,000 naira. Meanwhile, a kilo of cow meat is 1,800 naira.
Meet the cost now, it took cost. Before they say 1 kilo, 1.4, now 1,800 naira.
Before where the Christmas should come, tomato you know there. Now tomato don't come down because the people where the farm now you get tomato.
Many are of the view that with the 2021 in focus, prices of food items will reduce. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru, Arutere, NTA News.
Let's talk morals. At its simplest, ethics is a system of moral principle identifying and distinguishing between good, bad morals and values. Chidinma Anson Agomo in this report examines moral decadence as it affects the society.
Ethics, which is called moral, is what governs human behavior, which include right, wrong, justice, fairness, respect, tolerance, among others. Both morality and ethics have to do with knowing what is good and bad, as well as treating people as you would want to be treated. How then can moral principles be promoted?
Ethics covers your entire way of life, how you respect the institution you represent, the society you live in, your immediate family, your friends, your neighbors. Right from childhood, we've been taught to appreciate all these differences. Wherever you walk, you have to have other people apart from your tribe or religion. So you have to learn how to coexist with this kind of people.
Others say there is nothing as nice as cultivating good human relations, being considerate with the feelings of others, having a good sense of humor, to be alert to give good service, and not to be found wanting, as these they say will bring down the level of productivity.
We are advising parents to teach their own children about integrity, about honesty, the norms and objective of the society. So we encourage the parents to encourage their children, put them in a good schools so that they can have integrity in future, so that Nigeria will come better. But because now youth are abusing drugs, they are abusing so many things.
For somebody to be trustworthy, for somebody to trust you, as in you have to be honest in everything you do in this life. So treat people well, behave well, so that people can trust you in future to come.
Observers say people should also guide jealously the ethics of their profession, with a sense of integrity, and that there is nothing as nice as a cheerful words of greeting and smiles. Chidinma Anson Agomo, NTA News.
There was a shift from conventional worship to streaming church services live last year because of the coronavirus pandemic. During the period, there were indications that there is no limit to connect with God. Deborah Gaza-Jimaika, in a retrospect of 2020, reminds us of how the church fared and its religious activities.
At this challenging time, many people have their faith in God tested, but sermons during the lockdown encouraged everyone to stay strong, as heaven was never locked down. Clergymen did not lend in their advice to congregation on the need to play their part in ensuring the safety of others through observing the NCDC safety measures for further prevention of the spread of coronavirus.
People send me their testimonies of what God is doing even in the lockdown. I've always said that the earth may be locked down, but heaven is not locked down.
We should keep distance. Please let us follow all these principles. It's because of our life, and we should not talk against our government.
Nevertheless, some churches that flout government's COVID-19 order were sanctioned, with their services disrupted by the FCT Ministerial Task Team on COVID-19.
Go immediately.
During the year under review, most Christian festivals were celebrated under low key. However, FCT Christian Welfare Board also suffers a setback in 2020 due to the global pandemic as the last pilgrimage by the board in 2020 was the second batch of 2019 pilgrims of 1,500 people. Deborah Gazaj-Maika, NTA News.
Golden Eaglets to face Young Elephants today in under-17 Wafu B finals in Togo as Nasarawa United unbeaten run continues after 1-0 victory over Katsina United. For details of these and more on Sports Brief, let's join Rukaya Abbas Hassan.
Nigeria's Golden Eaglets are set to face Ivory Coast's Young Elephants today in the under-17 Wafu B finals in Lomé, Togo. The Eaglets progressed to the finals after securing a 1-0 victory over Burkina Faso in the semi-finals on Friday. A total of 17 goals were recorded in the match week 5 of the Nigerian Professional Football League. Enyimba Club of Aba at home defeated Kano Pillars 2-1. Plateau United secured 3 points with 3 unreplied goals against Adamawa United. Nasarawa United at the Lafia Township Stadium recorded a 1-0 victory against Katsina United to remain second on the log. Rivers United continued their impressive performance with a 3-1 win over Heartland. Dakada FC lost 1-2 away to Lobby Stars in Makurdi. The 4th edition of the OSOM Games organized by the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports is set to commence from Monday 18th January to 24th January 2021. The OSOM Games is aimed at developing friendly relationships among officers and men of the military and paramilitary agencies in the country. The English Premier League Week 18 played on Sunday. Manchester United retained their top spot on the table after forcing Liverpool to a goalless draw at Anfield, with the Merseysiders dropping to 4th place, while Manchester City's 4-0 thrashing of Crystal Palace saw them climb to 2nd spot on the table. With Sports Brief, Rukaya Abbas Hassan, NTA News.
Many thanks, Rukaya, for the sports package. And that concludes the news at 1. Before we go, remember, as the second wave of coronavirus ravages more countries around the world, please wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you've been in a public place. Thanks for watching. We have more news at 7. Bye for now.